In Lesson 6.6, we're going to talk about the customary system. And the customary system is just different units that we use to measure things in the United States. And I say the United States because the rest of the country, or in the rest of the world, pretty much uses the metric system. But we here in America still really like our customary system. So here are some conversion rates that you're going to need to know. When we talk about length, how long something is, we talk about inches, which we abbreviate with IN. We talk about feet, which we call FT, which is 12 inches. We talk about yards, which is YD, and that's 3 feet. And we talk about miles, which is MI, which is 5280 feet. And I use the saying 5 tomato to help me remember how many feet are in a mile, because if you say 5280, it kind of sounds like you're saying 5 tomato. So 5 tomato. That just helps you. Okay, so those are all of our length units. Weight units that we use. We use ounce, which we use OZ. I have no idea why the Z. Probably Latin or something. Pound. We use LB. Again, probably Latin. But a pound is 16 ounces. And we use ton, which is just T, which is 2,000 pounds. Okay, so let's look at these two units. I'm choosing a unit of length. Choose an appropriate customary unit of measure to describe the length of an automobile. Well, inches is too short. Oh wait, whoops, they said too large. Okay, miles is too large to measure a car in. And inches is too small. So I would say you could measure a car in feet or yards. What about weight? Choose an appropriate customary unit of measure to describe the weight of a bag of popcorn. Okay, well, weight, we use ounce, pound, and ton. What's best for a bag of popcorn? That's pretty light, so I would say to describe it in ounces. Okay, so now you're going to try these quick checks for length and weight, and you're going to pick the best unit out of the length and weight units to measure each of those items. So pause the video and try those quick checks before moving on to the next page. Okay, now in the next one we're going to talk about capacity. Let's scroll this over a little bit. Okay, so capacity is really like liquid units, or what we use to fill things with. It's also capacity. All right, so we have a fluid ounce, is the smallest one, and we use FL for fluid and OZ for ounce. So that helps to distinguish between a regular ounce, like in pounds, or a fluid ounce. Next comes a cup, which is C, and that's 8 fluid ounces. After cup comes pint, which is P, and that is 2 cups. A quart, which we use QT, is 2 pints. Oops, just P. And a gallon, which we use G, is 4 quarts. So the customary units that describe capacity are fluid ounce, cup, pint, quart, and gallon. And the capacity of a household bucket is best described in, it depends how big the bucket is. I would say quart or gallon. Gallon is probably the one that you would use, but if it's a small bucket, it could be quarts. Now, you may have seen the big G. Big G stands for gallon. Within a gallon are 4 quarts. Within each quart is 2 pints. It's very tricky. And within each pint is 2 little cups. This is very hard to draw on here. But those are 2 little C's in each one that I'm trying to make. Okay, so that helps you see like how many cups are in a whole gallon or how many pints are in a whole gallon, things like that. But that's going to come later. So now for the quick check, you're going to choose an appropriate unit for each capacity. Explain your choice. So a gasoline tanker truck, okay, that's like a 18-wheeler that's filled with gas. So it's really big. And then for B, a container of yogurt. Just like a regular, I would say like a container of yogurt that you would have in your lunch, not like a big family size container of yogurt, just your individual yogurt pack. Okay, so pause the video and try those quick checks, and we'll check your work in class.